Last night I saw the movie Mercy, and I'm here to answer the question on everybody's mind. Is it as bad as the trailers made it look? What's going on, everyone? Chris from Cinema Hooked, and I'm here today to talk about Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson's newest movie, Mercy. And like most people, I think we assumed that this movie was probably going to be terrible. But before I dive right into the movie, I would just say if you like movie reviews, if you love TV shows and recommendations for movies and TV shows, I'm your guy. So click that little button down there to subscribe, hit the like button like the sign there says, and let's get into Mercy. The trailer for this film, very underwhelming. I saw the trailer and my immediate thought was War of the Worlds. And if you didn't see Amazon's new movie, War of the Worlds, last year with Ice Cube, well, I don't recommend watching it. Unless you like to just watch something that's terrible, just to be able to make fun of it. Like, I watched it just because I needed to see what the internet was talking about. And if you want to check out that review, because I had a lot of fun with that review, you can hit the little button right there. I'll link the video. I had a lot of fun reviewing that film because it's, as far as I know, in my memory, it is the worst film that I've ever seen. And unfortunately, this new movie, Mercy, which is also by Amazon Studios, it has elements of that. And I didn't love that, but it didn't ruin it. Basic premise of this movie, we've got the detective Chris and his wife was murdered. He's locked in this chair. This new system, powered by AI, decides whether or not you're guilty and should be put to death after a 90-minute digital trial where you have access to all these cameras, cell phone footage, recordings, all that stuff, social media. You can do anything you want. But in this world, you are assumed guilty and you have to prove your innocence, which it was interesting. I will say the premise of the movie, interesting. Other movies have kind of tapped on it. It gave vibes of other films, but it was interesting. I would say that the people behind this film, the writers, even the actors, Rebecca Ferguson happened to be an AI, which is basically like emotionless. She did a really good job of being, an AI, but she was still a little bit expressive, but mostly it was just like robotic face, basically resting bitch face the whole movie. Chris Pratt actually did a good job in this film, conveying emotion and stuff. I mean, as far as a guy sitting in a chair for 90 minutes, they made this movie as about exciting as you could with a movie just being a guy sitting in a chair for an hour and a half. But the question I think that's on everybody's minds, is it as bad as they're saying? Is it as bad as the trailer looked? Because I'll fully admit, I went into this movie preparing to just absolutely destroy it in this review. But I walked out of the film and my wife and I was like, I mean, it's better than the trailer made it seem, because the trailer, I was like, oh my God, this movie's going to be so bad. But I needed content for my channel. I need to see new movies. So this was the movie of the week because I didn't see Silent Hill. So Mercy it is. And I like Rebecca Ferguson and Chris Pratt. This is the first Chris Pratt movie I've seen with him being the lead outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. And I gotta say, he was pretty good in it. So to answer that question, no. This film was not as bad as the trailers would lead you to believe. It's actually pretty entertaining. Now, should you go see it in theaters? My honest opinion of that, no. Don't go see it in theaters. It's really not worth your money. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve eyeballs on it, but this is definitely one you're going to want to wait for streaming. It is entertaining. So once it's available on the streaming platforms, I do suggest checking it out because it was, an entertaining movie. I don't even feel like calling it a good movie, but it was an entertaining movie. So, see it in theaters if you're looking for something to do this weekend, or see it on Cheap Tuesday, get cheap tickets if you're a Chris Pratt or Rebecca Ferguson fan. But it was interesting, and I think you'll walk out enjoying the experience, because people are online saying it's like the worst thing ever. And it's not that, because I've seen War of the Worlds and that literally is the worst thing ever. And now it's time for me to rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm going to give it a 5. A 5, which is like middle of the road. It's a movie. It exists. It's not terrible. It's not great. I don't want to call it good, but it's not bad. But it's entertaining. I enjoyed myself. So 5 out of 10, that sounds worse than it is. But I liked it. I enjoyed myself. I liked it. Not saying it's a good movie, but I liked it. Have you already seen Mercy? If you have, I'd love to know what you thought down in the comments. Have a little conversation. There were some funny parts in this movie too. There were laugh out loud parts for me. And I was honestly surprised that there were 20 other people in the theater, because we saw it at 4:50 in the afternoon. I was honestly surprised that there were that many people there. I thought for sure I was going to be the only person in the theater with my wife. But I was like, oh wow, there's like actually people seeing this movie aside from us. That's crazy. But yeah, if you wanted a recommendation on whether or not you should go see it in theaters or not, don't. Wait for streaming. But if you're really curious, go see it. I don't think you'll be dissatisfied. It was entertaining. I liked it. So, like always, let's keep the conversation going after the video ends. And if you haven't already, click that little button down there. Helps me out a lot. Hit the little like button like the sign there says. And I'll meet you guys in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.